You are Locked On Vandy, your daily podcast on the Vanderbilt Commodores, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
When you talk about scrimmages, man, like there's a lot of good things that come from scrimmages, and there's a lot of things, honestly, that I think are great, but don't look great, right? And so one of those things that's great and will probably bode well is the fact that the defense dominated. And that is, man, that's a great thing when you talk about a scrimmage and when you talk about a position, especially the defensive line, that you had such little depth with last season, and it got you in big time trouble. Now you have that depth. You went out in the portal, you invested, and these guys are starting to pay off. These guys, and defensive line is going to be ahead of an offensive line, obviously. And when you have a bunch of new transfers in, offensive line just takes more time. And especially at Vanderbilt, because not only are they learning a new system and learning a new way of life, they have to learn how to flip-flop. And that's never easy. So I think there's a learning curve there. So I'm not really panicking with that, but I'm really excited about this defensive line. Linus Zunk comes back. He had 2.5 sacks. He had a touchdown, right? And he just felt like he was back. It just felt like he was back. He was dominating. And, it just felt good to see him out there because you know what he can provide. The umph, the level of performance that he can provide, just the spark he can give that defense. He was there. He was extremely productive, and he may have just found his way into the rotation. Not that I doubted that, but he's going to get some significant time, and he's going to be a factor at some point this season. I don't know when, I don't know how, but at some point this season, you're going to hear Linus Zunk, and he's going to make a massive play in a massive ball game, right? So just keep your eyes out on that. Linus Zunk, man, had a fantastic scrimmage. Jalen Stone had 2 really good scrimmages. He's just kind of a guy that just very disruptive. Exactly how I described him when he signed. Just disruptive. He just gets in the backfield. He's tough to block. He's got that low center of gravity. He's got good technique. He's just tough to block. He's just a dude, man. He's just a bulldozer. He's a disruptor. He just does it all, man. And that's something that you look forward to. That's something that you can point to and say, okay, well, hey, we feel really good about him if he is getting into the game. And honestly, we weren't sure. I wasn't sure. I don't know about the coaching staff or the training staff, but like he had a significant injury back in like October, November. And, when you have guys like that, especially positions like defensive line, you're just not sure how they're going to bounce back. You're not sure how they're going to be able to contribute or what they're going to be able to contribute. But it looks like he's recovering quite nicely. I think him and Linus Zunk had similar injuries. Zunk obviously had a little bit more recovery time. But it's a thing. It's a situation to where, he just got after it in his rehab. And he grinded, and he made it happen. And so that's a really good thing there on the defensive line and for that position. Mason Carter had another great day. I feel like, and according to the other pundits in the Vanderbilt circle, we feel like, I say we because it's kind of I agree with this notion, but the rapid development. I think the pace at which he's developing, it's coming along, and he's a pass rusher. He has a high ceiling. He's somebody that you just love it, man. You just love what he's been able to do, and you just love the fact this defensive line without Yinlin Otaro, without Corday Sidnor, Mason Nelson, Joshua Singh, Glenn Seabrooks, and Miles Capers, like those guys obviously are probably going to be your rotational guys, your main rotational guys. None of those guys were in the lineup. And they still dominate. They had the down the line guys. We're not sure what to do with these guys. And they dominated, man. They dominated. Prince Collie, I thought, had a really, really nice day. He's been somebody that disappeared at the linebacker position. Nick Rinaldi just continues to make a name for himself. I mean, I think he's playing his way into a massive role somewhere. He's going to be kind of a Swiss Army knife. And I think, he took control of this thing. Austin Howard is somebody who is showing flashes. I think Tate Hamby at the star position had a really nice one. Jalen Ruth, they're showing that when Randon Fontenette is gone, or if he just needs a break, or whatever the case may be, Randon Fontenette, I think this is last year, that position is going to be in great hands when he leaves. Tate Hamby is going to be a handful, and I'm very excited about that. Mark Davis, he is, he's back out there finally, and he's doing some things here. It's just reading the reports and just seeing what happened in the scrimmage. Obviously, the cornerbacks were probably going to be a little bit quiet because the offense couldn't drive the ball down. They couldn't throw it at the corners, right? Line of scrimmage just made it so the defensive backs couldn't get any work, right? But Davin Chandler, somebody that you need to keep an eye on as a freshman. Carson Lawrence obviously continued to make noise, and then of course Marlon Sewell and Dante Carter are fighting for a position there at the safety position. So I'm very excited, very, very jazzed up about what's happening with this safety position. All right, talking about Game Time, man. Concert tickets, man. Those can be tough, man. And ball game tickets as well. And if you want to decide to go last minute to head to a ball game with your friends or family, like, hey, let's go down to the Braves game, man. Maybe it's game day. You suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last minute tickets without all the stress. Let's say you want to go to the Titans game, right? You can do that with Game Time. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes it possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch. And they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. So Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming MLB game. And if you're tired of endless scrolling and trying to find the best deal, Game Time Zone Deals pick the best seats in your section for you. Seat views in the app before you buy, so you know exactly where you'll be. That's also a game changer. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Thanks for watching Locked On Vandy. Remember, you can follow the show at Locked On Vandy on all social media platforms. You can follow myself at Coach Burton36. Like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Find us anywhere you find your podcast as part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Anchor down. Peace out.